Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Kraken Packs video. I am your host, MrBevers. That's right, it's back for another Masterpiece Monday, and let's get right into it. We're opening up one pack of every set that was ever printed with a Masterpiece in it. Of course, minus this ridiculous mythic Guilds of Ravnica thing. Who knows? Anyway, we've put a vote out, and if you're new to this video series and you're checking it out, the way we're doing this is that in this video, so in this video this week that you're watching, in this week, if you're watching it right when it gets uploaded, or that week, anyway, if you get a comment into this video voting for what next week we will pull for Masterpiece, which set, essentially leave a comment guessing what set you think we might pull a Masterpiece from. If you guess correctly, you will be entered to win all of the rares opened that previous week, right? So, I should say the following week. So, if you guess now that it's Kaladesh, and next week I open a Masterpiece in Kaladesh, you will win. You have the chance to win all the rares from that week, all the rares from all the sets, minus the Masterpiece. Okay. So, right now, as it stands, last week, I checked out the voting, okay? We have a couple people who are voting for multiple sets. I want to remind you that if you pick more than one, I cannot count your vote into the system, because it's unfair to other people who are only voting for one set, okay? So, make sure that you pick one set, okay? Unless you're saying that we're going to get two in a week, and you're doubling down, and you're saying this is it. And if you're right that we get two, then that's fair, right? I'll include you then. So right now I have a couple people. I have one person who voted for Oath and Hour, and I have another person who voted for Invocations only. Well, just remember that unless we pull two Invocations, right, I can't include your vote because you're essentially picking two sets, right? Everyone else has only picked one. So make sure you only pick one set, and or if you think there's a called shot that we're going to get two in a week, pick the two that you think. And I will keep track of it all. I do have it all in a spreadsheet, okay? So I will keep track of who voted for what and who voted for multiple sets and that kind of stuff. But right now, as it stands, Hour of Dev is our standout. This is the one that everyone thinks, or the majority of people think, is going to have our Invocation, okay? Or our Masterpiece card this week, okay? Followed up by Kaladesh. After that, we have Aether Revolt, surprisingly. Then we have a tie between BFZ and Amonkhet. And Oath of the Gatewatch is, some people think, maybe. Right? So, without further ado, let's get right into the cracking of packs, right? Let's see if anyone from last week is going to go home with some sweet rares. Alright. We got a Tajuru Warcaller, Retreat to Emeria, Dampening Pulse, and our rare is a Radiant Flames. I remember this card. So this BFZ set was all about Converge, which was basically like spend as many colors of mana as you can to do these things. So this card does more damage based on how many other colors you pay. Right? So Radiant Flames is only a 3 cost. So if you were to pay red, blue, and green, or red, blue, and, like red and 2 other colors, it does 3 damage. Right? So, kind of interesting. Not super crazy for a sorcery. So why it's a rare. Your guess is as good as mine, I guess, in that aspect. Now, we've got Oath. Not many people voted for Oath, and nobody from BFC. Anybody who voted for BFC? Sorry, you didn't make it this week. Relief Captain. Bailoff, no. This card was sweet in this set. This card was so good. So when it enters, a 4 or 5 for 6, which is pretty good as it is. But you get to return up to 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. It's pretty sweet. Wall of Resurgence. This was a standout uncommon from the set as well. It's an 0/6 for 3 that makes a 3/3 wall, or another 3/3 creature. So essentially you get 3 power, 9 toughness for 3 mana. I mean, you can't really complain about that. Ooh, and we got a Thought-Knot Seer. This was a very good rare from this set as well. Not a lot of people really like this card. This card had like a crazy price tag on it when it first launched. Then people started realizing, okay, maybe it's, you know, it's good, but it's not, you know, necessarily as good as we were hoping, right? So it says, when Thought-Knot Seer enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose a non-land card from it and exile that card. When Thought-Knot Seer leaves the battlefield, target opponent draws a card. So that card's just gone, which is nice, right? Gone forever. But they do get to draw a card if they remove your 4/4. That being said, 4/4s are not really super easy to get rid of in some formats, and this was one of those formats where that was the case. Okay, so we've got no winner from BFZ and no winner from Oath. Let's see if we can find a winner in Kaladesh. We had 7 people vote for this, so let's see. Underhanded Designs, Disappearing Act, Trusty Companion, and our rare is a Skyship Stalker. Yay. Big old tiger dragon guy thing. Like, I mean, they made him look like a tiger, right? So he's got the stripes. And I think if you look at, I think I have the playmat of this guy. I think. Or maybe I'm thinking of something else. But it looks, he's all striped like a tiger. Maybe he is just a dragon, but like, it'd been really cool if they'd made him a cat dragon. I'm just saying. And we do have a foil in this pack. Just a foil, impeccable timing, so no invention there. And of course, just a regular island with an energy token. So we did get a foil, but no Kaladesh winner this week. So let's see about Aether Revolt. We got 6 people that voted for this. So let's see if one of them is going to be a happy winner this week. What's that put us to 4? Yeah. Okay. Foundry Hornet. Airdrop Aeronauts. Or Aeronauts, or whatever you want to call it. Perilous Predicament. Guy's getting crushed. Look at him. He's like under that thing. And our rare, a Consulate Crackdown. A 5-mana enchantment that says, when Consulate Crackdown enters the battlefield, exile all artifacts your opponents control until Consulate Crackdown leaves the battlefield. I mean, hey. Pretty backbreaking for someone who's playing an all-artifact deck, I guess. Right? And unless they have a way to disenchant it or remove it off the battlefield, all those artifacts are gone. And there was a lot of artifact tokens running around. So you exile them and then they're just gone. Even if you get rid of this, they don't come back because they're just tokens. Okay. So no winner in Aether Revolt. Amonkhet is next, and we had 5. We only had 5 votes for Amonkhet. So let's see. Embalmer's Tool. Enigma Drake. Blood Rage Brawler. And our rare? New Perspectives. Well then. So, when New Perspectives enters the battlefield, draw 3 cards. As long as you have 7 or more cards in your hand, you may pay 0 rather than paying cycling costs. So, a nice little cycling deck type mechanic. And so, no winner there. Alright, let's see. This week was definitely not as hot as last week for the rare pulls, that's for sure. We still got the sweet Thought-Knot Seer, though. I'm not going to complain about that. But Hour of Dev had the most votes, so maybe we'll get lucky and we'll open up the invocation in this one. Right? Who knows? Okay. There's like a weird like little one of the cards isn't cut properly. Can you see that? There's like a little, I don't know if you guys can see that very well in the camera. There's like a little piece of like cardboard sticking out from the end of one of the cards. It's not like major, but like it's quality control, man. Magmaroth, Steward of Solidarity. Ramanap Ruins. Remember when this card was running rampant in Standard? I remember. And our rare is a Driven to Despair. And we did get a foil. We got a foil Ramanap Ruins. Well, there you go. And just a forest and another token card. So what was that? That was the Steward? The Steward is the one that has the weird corner on it, see? It's not quite cut entirely off. People like cards that have square corners. It's like a misprint thing. And sometimes you get lucky, and other times you get kind of things like that where it's like not quite square, and it's only a little bit there, and it's, you know, it almost looks like maybe someone stuck a piece of paper to it. Anyway, there you go, everybody. That's been a Masterpiece Monday. I've been your host, MrBevers. Thank you so much for watching. No winner this week. Make sure you get those comments down below with what set you think we're going to pull a Masterpiece from next week. If you guess right, you have a chance to win all the rares that were pulled that week. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, may your pulls ever be better.